Tinder date turns into dangerous stalker. Long time lurker here. I thought about posting my story quite a few times, but I held back because I still get creeped out thinking about it. So today is the day, I guess. It's going to be a long one. So you'll find TLDR at the end. You're welcome. Back to the end, summer 2019. I, female, needed distractions from my boring university revisions. Don't we all? And as lots of bored single people, I was on Tinder. Nothing serious, really. I was too busy to meet guys, anyways, but I like talking to people. One day I matched with a guy. We'll name him Ted. Get the reference? Girl, I hope it's. Oh, let's see. Who was in the same university as me. He also looked handsome on his pictures. After talking for a few days on the app, and after I had wrongly decided that he was not a criminal. Oh, the irony. I gave him my number. Again, we talked for a while, then he asked to call me. Nothing exciting, just getting to know each other. We talked on the phone for a couple weeks. He called me at random hours of the day and almost every night. I did not think too much of it. During our phone calls, he mostly talked about him. Ugh, I hate this. But I did not mind because I don't really like talking about me. Same girl, but I hate it. Like, at least ask me, like, what about you? Like, it takes time before I trust anyone. And again, I was bored and honestly a bit lonely. I had been single for a while, so getting the attention felt nice. Yeah, it's a trap. After a few weeks, Ted asked if I wanted to meet. I said yes because I was done with the exams. We met at the city center. When I saw him, I was kind of shocked because he looked nothing like the handsome guy in his pictures. Bro, the way I will excuse myself to go to the bathroom. And you will never see me again. It was definitely him, but good angles and heavy Photoshop truly makes miracles. I was set back, but I'm not one to judge by the looks. Oh, darling. So I went on with the date anyways. Thinking back, well, he's not just ugly, he's a liar too. So at least be ugly, but don't lie to me. Like, be however you want, but don't fucking lie to me. But good angles and Photoshop truly makes miracles. I was set back, but I'm not one to judge by the looks. So I went on with the date anyways. Thinking back now, there were more red flags. He was asking odd questions such as, "Are you shy?" Oh my god! If I had a penny of the many times when I was asked, "Are you shy?" Like, no, I just don't like you. Why don't you look at me in the eyes? Because you're ugly. Oh, sorry. Because I don't want to. Well, buddy, constant eye contact is just weird. That's true. I find it weird too. I just find a spot and I fixate my eyes on it. And I don't need to take my eyes off you to pick up my beer from the table or lit up a cigarette. The night went on and we had quite a few drinks. Oh girl, you really needed that drink, right? Like maybe after this class he will seem more handsome. I am drunk and you seem more handsome. Let's just kidding. Usually, I would never ask someone I just met to come home with me, but I was wearing beer mojito vodka goggles that made my brain blind. Oh, you definitely saw him more handsome than he is, and you were like, it's been a while, so let's get freaky deaky. We left and spent the night together. In the morning, I drove him to the train station. I hope it was good at least. And went back home to have a nap. At the end of the day, he called me and asked if we could meet again the next night. I was not really sure if I wanted to see him again because I knew that the only reason I had brought him home was alcohol. We did not really click, but the idea of rejecting him made me feel guilty, so I agreed anyway. The day after that, he came to my place again, and there things got weird. I started to feel extremely nervous. Something felt really off. Thinking back, it was probably my guts telling me to run away from this guy. I decided to make things clear. I told him that I was not looking for a serious relationship at all. It was a lie. I apologized and decided to bring him home. We got in the car and he was quite angry. Bro, what? He did not talk to me and I was embarrassed, so I did not talk either. When we arrived, he got out and slammed the car door. I know that I have made quite a few mistakes here. I shouldn't have accepted another date with him knowing I was not into him. That's true. And I should have told him sooner that I did not want a relationship with him. I sincerely did not mean to act badly. That is why I tried to be honest with him as soon as I could. The next day, I called him and apologized again. He said it was fine. We hung up. I thought it was over, but oh boy, was it not. A few days later, it was time to go back to the uni. That morning, I woke up to a gigantic message from him telling me that the reaction I had a few nights before really threw him off and that he was looking for stability. Bro, it was just a date and a hookup. What the hell? You don't know me that well. As soon as I opened the text, he called me. It was 7 in the morning. I just had woken up, so I can't really remember what he said, but I told him again that I did not want to go any further with him. He hung up. For the next few weeks, things were extremely weird. He was following me everywhere on campus and very obviously hiding behind walls. Oh my god. To hear my conversations. Oh my god. Texting me all day, even if I was not replying. Calling me 7 to 10 times a day. Oh my god. That's creepy as fuck. I thought he was creepy, but that maybe he was just hurt and he was coping. Ted was always with a guy. We will call him Elliot. When I was at the library, they were always sitting together near to where I was. Ted was always watching me as I was studying. When I went outside for a break, he followed me. It came to a point where my friends were texting me to warn me that he was behind me. I tried avoiding him, but it was useless. I told him many times that I did not want any more contact with him and that he was making me uncomfortable. He is making me uncomfortable, but nothing worked. He just kept on going. I was going crazy. 2 weeks later, I was at a party where I met my boyfriend. I fell in love very quickly. He's the most caring, loving man I have ever met. I know it's all lovey-dovey. Try not to puke on your keyboard. Anyway, at the moment, I knew I needed to stop being so acceptant of Ted's behavior. I explained to him one last time that he needed to stop contacting me, and I finally blocked him. Again, I thought it was over. Again, oh boy, it was not. Ted continued to follow me everywhere on campus for weeks, except he was never with Elliot anymore. I guess he was tired of his bullshit. He was like, dude, just move on. It was a night, a date, a hookup. Like, one day I was studying at the library. Ted was a few tables away from me, of course. Suddenly, someone sat at the table in front of mine. It was Elliot. I looked at Ted. He was staring at Elliot with the most murderous gaze ever. Oh my god. I thought it was really weird. I had never talked to Elliot before, and he never came near me at all. I was creeped out because I thought that maybe Ted had sent him to talk to me. But he ignored me. I kept on studying. When I went out for a cigarette, Ted did not follow me. I was surprised, but thought nothing of it. Went back inside to study. A few moments later, Ted went outside. Elliot turned his head, watched him until he was out of sight. Then turned to me. He said, I really need to talk to you. I think you're in danger. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I know it's weird because we don't know each other, but I'm worried for you. For both of us, actually. I was done. I could not talk. He said, we don't have a lot of time before Ted comes back. When you went out, he came yelling at me because I sat in front of you. When he leaves, can we please talk? I said, yes. I was shaking. At around 6 p.m., Ted left. We waited another hour to make sure he was gone. We did not want him to know we were in contact. At 7 p.m., we sat in the cafeteria and Elliot told me things that still make me shiver. He explained that Ted had really horrible discourses, thoughts about women and how he would love to control them. He also explained that a few weeks prior he had suspicion about Ted's behavior regarding university classes. He followed random classes every week, sometimes showed up to Elliot classes although he did not follow them, and he did not have access to the university online platforms. Elliot has realized that Ted did not have a university email address, which every member of university is supposed to have. Elliot went to the university administration and they confirmed what he thought. Ted was not a student. He never was. After that, Elliot cut off contact with him. Since then, Ted was harassing him, calling and texting him all the time. following him on campus. Elliot was shaking and he was telling me his story. I was shaken up as well, but what was coming would reveal to be even worse. Is there worse? Elliot explained that he absolutely wanted to warn me because Ted had said terrifying things about me. I already wanted to cry. Ted was talking about me all the time. Before Elliot got contact, I got to the point where Ted was saying that he would love to R-word me, assault me, that he knew where I lived and he could come whenever he wanted and surprise me, that he knew where I parked my car on campus. He could wait for me in the dark. He always said it was a joking tone, but Elliot got freaked out. Yeah, you don't joke with these kind of things. Him and I were shaking. I had tears in my eyes. I knew Ted was a creep, but I could have never imagined it was that bad. At this point, we were near the end of the semester, but we still had a few weeks left. Elliot and I decided to take action because we did not want to be terrified every time we were on campus. First, we contacted university security. Things were taken extremely seriously. I'm so glad. One morning when I arrived, the walls were completely covered with posters with me. What the fuck? With posters with the campus emergency number. Oh, sorry. Elliot and I were in constant contact with the chief of security, who was very concerned for the students' safety. Finally, they managed to catch Ted at the library. Fucking creep. And ask him to not come again. We also went to the police. I don't know the right term for it, but we did not file a complaint. The police only adds a note to the person's record so that if anything ever happens to you, the police knows that you were worried in the first place. The police officer seemed worried as well. Well, I asked him why. He told me that he was not allowed to say anything specific. I'm sure it's not his first time. But that if I ever saw Ted outside the campus, I needed to call the police without hesitation. How reassuring is that? I was nearly peeing myself. A few days later, I got a voicemail from Elliot. He is completely shaking up. He's telling me that he knows things he was not supposed to know. Apparently, Ted is mentally sick. Well, you don't have to convince me with that. He is regularly arrested and locked in mental hospitals. Oh my god. He is a drug addict, an alcoholic, and had violent tendencies. He was already accused to attempted essay. He lives off invalidity insurance, which explains why he has so much time. Oh my god. On his hands to come to university. Oh my god. I would have never guessed when I met him. Later, I contacted one of my acquaintances who works in the police. They were not supposed to, but they confirmed everything. Chills down my spine. After that, things calmed down. Ted was still coming on campus. Don't ask me how or why. But he kept a low profile. Oh my god. He was not following us anymore. It was finally the end of the semester. I went away for a few weeks and I never set a foot on campus. I felt relieved. When spring semester started, Ted was still there. Oh my god! Not following, but watching closely. Bro, I was freaked out all over again, but then COVID hit. Since then, all of our courses are online. I have not seen Ted again, thank God. I don't know if he's still creeping on people or he is now officially a student. Bro, when I think of him, I'm still shaky. I just hope to never run into him again. Wow, what a story.